Hit the subscribe button. Jack Hargrove stood at the edge of the resistance bunker, eyes fixed on the flickering screen. The alien broadcast was a grim reminder of the world's new order. The invaders' message was simple: unconditional surrender or face annihilation. Most of Earth had already bowed, but not the humans hidden deep beneath the ruins of Sydney. Jack, a former Australian soldier with a rugged demeanor and a heart full of defiance, turned off the transmission. The dim light of the bunker cast long shadows, accentuating the lines of worry etched on his face. He walked to the center of the room, where his second-in-command, Emma Walsh, awaited. Emma's presence was a comforting contrast to the chaos outside her sharp mind. An unwavering resolve were the pillars of their resistance. "They're tightening the noose," Jack muttered, more to himself than to Emma. "We intercepted something," Emma replied, her voice cutting through the gloom. She handed him a small device. "A transmission from the mothership. It's encrypted, but our tech team is working on it." Jack's eyes narrowed. "Could be the break we need." He gathered the core team: Emma, Vrix the alien defector, and a handful of seasoned fighters. The bunker, a labyrinthine network of tunnels and makeshift rooms, buzzed with subdued energy. Each member of the resistance knew their role, but the uncertainty gnawed at them all. "We've got a potential lead," Jack began, addressing his team. "This could be our chance to strike at their heart. But it's risky. We need to decide if we're in." The room fell silent. Vrix, with his tall, lean frame and otherworldly features, stepped forward. "The transmission suggests a vulnerability in the mothership's command system," he said. His voice, though alien, held a tone of sincerity that Jack had come to trust. "But it's heavily guarded. We'll need a precise plan." Emma looked around the room, meeting each set of eyes with a steady gaze. "We've faced worse odds. This is what we've been waiting for." The decision was made. The team moved quickly, gathering equipment and finalizing their strategy. Jack pulled Emma aside. "You know the risks," he said, his voice low. "If this fails—" "It won't," Emma interrupted, her eyes fierce. "We're ready, Jack. And we trust you." Jack nodded, the weight of leadership pressing on his shoulders. They set out under the cover of night, navigating the debris-strewn streets with practiced stealth. Every shadow seemed to harbor a threat, every sound amplified by the tension in the air. As they approached the alien patrol zone, Jack signaled for silence. They slipped through the perimeter, using Vrix's insider knowledge to bypass security measures. The mothership loomed above, a massive silhouette against the night sky, its lights pulsating with an eerie rhythm. The team reached the entrance to an underground access point. Vrix worked quickly, disabling the lock with alien precision. "We're in," he whispered, the door sliding open with a soft hiss. Inside, the stark metallic corridors were a stark contrast to the world outside. The air was colder, the silence oppressive. They moved in a tight formation, each step calculated, every breath measured. Halfway through the first corridor, they encountered their first obstacle, an alien patrol. Jack signaled to his team, and they took cover. Emma readied her weapon, her fingers steady on the trigger. The aliens moved with methodical precision, their armor reflecting the dim light. Jack waited for the perfect moment, then gestured to Emma. She fired a silent shot, the alien soldier dropping instantly. The team advanced, swiftly and silently neutralizing the patrol. Reaching the control room, Vrix accessed the terminal, his fingers flying over the controls. "I'm in," he said, his voice tinged with urgency. "But we've got limited time." Jack's heart pounded. This was the moment of truth. "Upload the virus," he ordered. As Vrix worked, the alien systems began to react, alarms blaring. The team braced for the inevitable response. The door burst open, and a wave of alien soldiers poured in. Jack and his team fought fiercely, every move a testament to their training and determination. Just as the fight reached its peak, Vrix shouted, "It's done!" The virus was uploaded. The alien systems flickered, chaos spreading through their network. Jack's voice cut through the noise. "Fall back, now." The team retreated, racing against time as the mothership's defenses collapsed around them. They emerged into the night, breaths ragged, but spirits unbroken. The mothership began to falter, its lights dimming, a sign of their success. The resistance bunker buzzed with tension as Jack Hargrove outlined the mission. Maps of the alien mothership were spread across the table, illuminated by the flickering light of a single dim bulb. Jack's voice was steady, but edged with urgency. "We infiltrate here," he pointed to a ventilation shaft, "and make our way to the command center. We have one shot at this." Emma, his second in command, studied the map with fierce concentration. "What's the backup plan if we run into trouble?" "There is no backup plan," Jack replied grimly. "It's do or die." The team consisted of seasoned fighters, each bringing unique skills to the mission. There was Lucas, a tech wizard who could hack into any system, and Maria, a former medic with nerves of steel. The last member, Vrix, an alien defector, stood apart, his presence both a boon and a source of tension. Trusting an alien was a gamble, but his knowledge was invaluable. The journey to the mothership began under the cover of night. They moved with practiced stealth through the ruins of Sydney, their destination a sleek, menacing vessel hovering ominously above the city. The air crackled with static from the alien patrol's communication devices. "Stay sharp," Jack whispered, signaling the team to halt. Ahead, 2 alien sentinels patrolled the entrance to the ventilation shaft. Jack nodded to Emma, who crept forward with cat-like agility. In one fluid motion, she neutralized both sentinels, clearing the path. "Move," Jack ordered, and the team slipped into the shaft, crawling through the narrow metal corridor. The sound of their breathing echoed around them, the walls closing in like the grip of fear. Minutes felt like hours as they navigated the labyrinthine passageways of the mothership. Lucas hacked into a terminal, disabling security systems along their route. "We're in," he confirmed, sweat beading on his forehead. They emerged into a vast, cavernous chamber, the heart of the alien vessel. The walls pulsed with an eerie bioluminescent glow. Vrix led them with precise knowledge of the ship's layout, his alien senses alert to any sign of danger. "We're close," he murmured. "The command center is just beyond that door." Jack motioned for the team to prepare. "Remember, no mistakes. This is our only chance." As they approached the door, an alarm blared. The sound was deafening, a piercing shriek that reverberated through the ship. "We've been detected," Lucas shouted, his fingers flying over his device to try and silence the alarm. "Too late," Jack said, drawing his weapon. "Defensive positions." Aliens poured into the chamber, their weapons raised. The team sprang into action, a blur of coordinated movements and precise shots. Emma's blade flashed, cutting down attackers with lethal efficiency. Maria provided cover fire, her expression fierce and unyielding. In the midst of the chaos, Vrix fought alongside the humans, his loyalty cemented in the heat of battle. Jack's orders were clear and unwavering, his leadership a beacon in the pandemonium. "Hold the line," he commanded, pushing forward through the tide of enemies. They reached the door, but it was heavily reinforced. "Lucas, we need that door open, now." Lucas worked feverishly, bypassing the complex alien security protocols. "Almost there," he muttered, his focus unbreakable despite the imminent threat. A sudden explosion rocked the chamber, sending debris flying. Jack shielded his eyes, looking up to see a squad of heavily armored aliens entering. At their head was Commander Zorv, a towering figure exuding authority and menace. "Intruders," Zorv's voice boomed. "You will not leave this place alive." Jack stepped forward, his resolve unshaken. "We'll see about that." The clash was intense, each side driven by desperation and determination. Jack engaged Zorv directly, their combat a brutal dance of strength and strategy. Meanwhile, Emma and Maria defended Lucas, who finally broke through the door's defenses. "It's open," Lucas yelled. "Go," Jack ordered, covering their retreat as the team dashed into the command center. Inside, they found the central control panel, the alien technology humming with potential. Vrix moved to the panel, his hands a blur of motion. "I can upload the virus from here," he said. "It will disrupt their entire fleet." "Do it," Jack replied, his eyes scanning the room for any signs of further threats. The door behind them buckled under the force of Zorv's troops. The team braced for another assault, but Vrix's voice cut through the tension. "Upload complete. We need to move, now." Jack nodded, leading the charge back through the corridors. The ship trembled as the virus took effect, systems failing in a cascade of sparks and smoke. They reached the exit shaft, the way they came in. "Climb," Jack urged, boosting each member up. The mothership's self-destruct sequence had been triggered, and time was running out. As they emerged back into the night air, the mothership began to implode, a massive fiery spectacle lighting up the sky. The team watched from a safe distance, breathless but victorious. "We did it," Emma said, a rare smile breaking her usually stoic demeanor. Jack nodded, his gaze fixed on the burning wreckage. "This is just the beginning. We fight until Earth is free." Jack Hargrove's breath was steady as he led his team through the dark, labyrinthine corridors of the alien mothership. The walls pulsed with an eerie bioluminescent glow, casting long shadows that flickered like the memories of Earth's lost cities. Each step brought them closer to the heart of the enemy's stronghold and their greatest challenge yet. Behind Jack, Emma moved with silent precision, her eyes scanning for any sign of movement. Vrix, the alien defector, followed closely, his keen senses attuned to the subtle hums and clicks of the ship's systems. The rest of the resistance fighters formed a tight line, their nerves taut as bowstrings. "This way," Vrix whispered, pointing to a narrow passage that seemed to spiral deeper into the ship. Jack nodded, trusting the alien despite the undercurrent of unease among the team. They had no choice but to rely on Vrix's knowledge. Without him, their mission was doomed. As they advanced, the corridor widened into a vast chamber filled with intricate machinery and holographic displays. At the center stood the command console, a pulsating mass of cables and lights. This was it, the nerve center of the alien fleet. Jack gestured for silence, and the team fanned out, securing the area. Emma approached the console, her fingers dancing over the controls, attempting to decipher the alien language. "Hurry, Emma," Jack urged, his voice a low growl. "We don't have much time." Emma nodded, her brow furrowed in concentration. "I'm working on it. This system is. It's unlike anything I've ever seen." Suddenly, a series of sharp clicking noises echoed through the chamber. The team tensed, weapons raised. From the shadows emerged a squad of alien soldiers, their insectoid eyes reflecting the harsh light. "Ambush!" Jack shouted, diving behind a metal pillar. Energy blasts ricocheted off the walls, filling the air with the acrid smell of burning metal. The resistance fighters returned fire, their movements a synchronized ballet of survival. Vrix, positioned near the console, hesitated. Jack noticed and felt a surge of doubt. Could they truly trust him? The moment passed as Vrix sprang into action, disabling an approaching alien with a swift, precise strike. "Protect Emma," Jack commanded, his voice cutting through the chaos. He fired at the advancing aliens, each shot deliberate and deadly. His heart pounded with a mixture of fear and determination. This was their only chance. Emma continued her work, fingers flying over the controls. Almost there, just a little more time. The aliens pressed harder, their numbers overwhelming. One managed to get close, swinging a jagged weapon toward Emma. Jack lunged, intercepting the blow with his arm. Pain seared through him, but he held his ground, protecting Emma with every ounce of strength he had. "Got it!" Emma exclaimed. The console emitted a high-pitched whine as she uploaded the virus into the system. The alien soldiers faltered, their coordination disrupted. "Fall back," Jack ordered. The team regrouped, covering each other as they retreated from the chamber. The walls of the ship shuddered, lights flickering erratically. They had done it, the command system was compromised. As they raced back through the twisting corridors, the ship's alarms blared, a cacophony of impending doom. The resistance fighters moved with renewed urgency, driven by the knowledge that their mission had succeeded. They reached an exit, but before they could escape, Commander Zorv blocked their path. His massive form radiated menace, and his eyes burned with fury. "You think you can destroy us?" Zorv's voice was a thunderous roar. "You will die here." Jack stepped forward, his weapon trained on Zorv. "Not today," he said, his voice unwavering. "Today, humanity fights back." Zorv lunged, and the two clashed in a brutal fight. Jack's movements were fueled by a mix of rage and desperation. He fought not just for his team, but for the entire human race. Blow after blow, they battled fiercely, each strike echoing the struggle between their species. With a final, decisive move, Jack incapacitated Zorv, leaving him unconscious on the floor. He turned to his team, who watched with a mixture of relief and admiration. "Let's move," Jack said, leading them out of the ship. They emerged into the night, the alien mothership ablaze behind them. As the team regrouped, Jack felt a swell of pride. They had struck a critical blow against their oppressors, but the fight was far from over. He glanced at his comrades, their faces illuminated by the burning wreckage. "Today was a victory," Jack said, his voice steady. "But the war continues. We fight on." The alien mothership's control center buzzed with frantic activity. Screens flashed with garbled warnings, and alien officers scrambled to contain the unfolding chaos. Amid this turmoil, Jack Hargrove and his team of resistance fighters moved with determined precision, the uploaded virus wreaking havoc on the alien systems. Jack, sweat dripping down his face, monitored the progress on a portable device linked to the alien network. The virus was spreading faster than expected, disabling key systems and causing widespread confusion. He glanced at Emma, who was expertly coordinating their escape plan. Her eyes met his, and they shared a brief nod of understanding. There was no turning back now. "Emma, how's our exit route?" Jack asked, his voice steady despite the chaos. "Almost there," she replied, fingers flying over the console. "Vrix and Marcus are securing the way out. We need to move fast." Vrix, the alien defector, had proven his loyalty time and again. Despite initial mistrust, his inside knowledge had been invaluable. Now, he led Marcus, the tech genius of their group, through the ship's maze-like corridors, ensuring they avoided alien patrols and security traps. Suddenly, the ship shuddered violently, throwing everyone off balance. Jack's device showed a new alert. The mothership's self-destruct sequence had been activated. They had minutes, maybe less, to get out. "Everyone, move!" Jack commanded, his voice cutting through the noise. "Head to the extraction point." The team sprang into action, darting through the flickering corridors. The ship's internal defenses, crippled by the virus, offered little resistance. Yet, every step felt perilous, with the looming threat of collapse and the relentless countdown ticking in Jack's mind. As they neared the exit, they encountered a final obstacle: Commander Zorv, flanked by elite alien guards. Zorv's cold, calculating eyes locked onto Jack. "You think you can destroy us so easily, human?" he sneered, raising his weapon. Jack stepped forward, adrenaline coursing through his veins. "It's over, Zorv. Your control ends now." A fierce battle erupted. Emma and the others engaged the guards, while Jack faced Zorv in a brutal hand-to-hand combat. The confined space magnified every blow, every impact resonating with the urgency of their mission. Zorv was strong and ruthless, but Jack fought with the desperation of a man protecting not just his life, but the hope of humanity. In a decisive move, Jack disarmed Zorv and pinned him against the wall. "This is for Earth," Jack growled, delivering a final crushing blow. Zorv slumped, defeated. "Jack, you need to go, now," Emma shouted, pulling him back to the reality of their dire situation. With the last of the guards neutralized, the team raced to the extraction point. Vrix and Marcus had managed to open an emergency hatch, leading to the outside of the mothership. The vast expanse of space loomed beyond, with their escape shuttle visible in the distance. "Go, go, go," Jack urged, helping his team through the hatch. The ship groaned ominously, structural integrity failing.